Greetings friends, this is the last leg of our journey through the 15 Steam games I've purchased. The list of games I've played so far is on screen. Not too bad of a haul for a $3 experiment. First up is Mushroom 11. This is an innovative platforming game where you don't directly control a giant blob of cells. Instead, you move the jello-like blob around by erasing it, erase part of the slime, and it will regrow the cells on the opposite side wherever you erased them. You can mass erase cells, or you can use a finer touch. You can never erase all of the cells. One cell will remain behind, but that cell can be destroyed by hazards in the game. You can split the blob into multiple pieces, which is required for solving some of the puzzles with switches. The more cells you erase at once, the faster they will regrow, and the faster they move across the level. Some levels have collapsing platforms that must be traversed with haste, while others allow for more patient planning. There are even boss fights in the game. At the end of level 1 is a fire flower so vicious that even Mario would have to reconsider facing it. And my apologies, I know I sound a little weird today. I've got an abscessed tooth, I can't completely talk right, but I wanted to go ahead and get this video finished. Back on track, if you bust open the fire flower pods while avoiding fireballs from the stems of the plant, you'll be able to defeat the boss and send it back down into the lava it came from. The aesthetics of the game hint at an apocalyptic landscape. Destroyed buildings line the background while alien-like plant life take bloom. The music fits in well with sci-fi tunes playing gently in the background. This is definitely one of the top-tier games for me. I'm not even a huge fan of puzzle games like this, but I have to give this game a high rating of $2. The next game is Streamline. Streamline combines traditional platforming with a fresh takes on physics-based survival. Your goal is simple: stay alive for as long as possible in a world that's literally falling apart. Uh-oh. Oh dear, it looks like something's wrong. Let me check the Steam forums here. Yep. Alright, well, the servers have been permanently taken down. This game is dead and completely unplayable. $0 value. How disappointing. Well, never fear. Grav, an online game all about exploration and survival, is here to redeem us.
Oh, come on!
This game is at least playable on single player right now. The single player game appears to be on their servers, so I don't know exactly how long it'll be available. Reviewing what is left of this survival game that was abandoned, it looks like it did have some promise. You land on a strange planet and begin with the same steps most every other survival game out there has. Break a tree, build some buildings, slowly kill a level 1 monster. A tutorial guides you through crafting some of the essentials. It's a nice plus, not having to figure out those things manually. While you need to collect plant and rocks to survive, you actually have access to a fairly advanced crafting system. An armory and science station can be built in the first 10 minutes, along with various weapons including a pistol and a flare gun. You even start knowing how to do some sweet dance moves. I could go on, but honestly, why bother? There's no way I'd recommend a game like this that could easily have its servers taken down at any point. You know, these survival games, some of them you can easily sink 100 hours, and that would just be the worst feeling in the world, building this great online base and then boom, gone one day. This game definitely had promise. I'm surprised it didn't do better, but as it is, I can't give this game any dollar value as well. Finally, we have Dangerous High School Girls in Trouble. I legitimately expected this to be some sort of anime visual novel, but this game is something else entirely. This is part board game and part novel set in the early 1920s. You gather a gang of girls to outwit, charm, and deceive everyone in the school. The story begins with trying to figure out exactly what happened between the student and the gym teacher, and the story takes many bizarre twists and turns. Each part of the story is one of several mini-games where you, or one of the girls you've recruited, engage in conversation with someone else at school. The conversation begins with different mini-games. The mini-games include a poker-like bluffing game where you try to guess when your opponent is bluffing without getting called out for bluffing yourself. A game of insults where you have to trade wits with your opponents. The more girls on your team, the more likely you'll have the correct witty response. A minigame to try to complete incomplete rumors by picking the correct word in the sentence. Winning the minigames advances the plot and potentially wins you a new gang member. failing the minigame means someone from your gang leaves for quite a few turns. Once everyone has lost, then it's game over. You can save between minigames, which seems like an absolute necessity. A streak of bad luck on the poker minigame could end your entire run. The minigames are repetitive. The game description even says this is a good game for just quick game sessions, not trying to grind it all out in one go. This is a 12-year-old game, so it's not going to win any prizes in graphics or sound. The game is pretty quirky and fun. I can see myself playing this every couple of days. This game is worth, let's say $1.50. There was a lot of highs and lows in this last batch of games. This brings the total of all the games in today's video worth $3.50 to me, and that brings the grand total of all the games I purchased to $10.75. A great investment money-wise, and a lot of fun to record. As we wrap things up, it's time for the awards. I'm going to give the most surprising game to Daily Canonical and Dangerous High School Girls in Trouble. Below average visuals don't hold these games back from being so weird in their story that they just can't help but be worth checking out again. Canonical has so many bizarre systems in place. How do you solve all those randomly generated mysteries? While High School Girls beckons for just one more play session to see what's really going to happen next in the plot. I'd never heard of either of these games prior to the bundle, but I'm glad I got the chance to play them. Worth Trying Again Someday award goes to Pirates of Black Cove. This game has a lot of heart, but we just got off on the wrong foot with the buggy quest. I'd like to return one day to become the best pirate of all the factions. The Shining Gem award goes to Binary Domain. Big production value, shiny graphics, great voice acting, and intense combat make Binary Domain the winner of all the games. While not perfect in any category, this game is definitely getting high marks for everything it tries to do. If I had to recommend a game on this list to a complete stranger, Binary Domain is the game that I feel most comfortable giving the recommendation for. I hope you enjoyed this series with me. This is my first time completing a multi-video series, and I'm quite proud of the audio and video skills I've learned doing this. I'm not sure what video series is next for me, but it would mean a whole lot to me if you'd consider hitting that like and subscribe button. I'm getting close to the elusive 100 subscribers, which I know is small potatoes to most people, but for an older guy like me, just making videos for fun, that 100 count means a lot. Thanks for watching.